Okay, hey everyone, we are continuing with this project and this is part 3. So get some extra piece of cardboard, any extra piece that you have. We're going to go with this piece. I don't want to make this part be too long because you still want it to be space between this and the shelves back here, so you don't want it to be too close. I'm gonna bend this part right here. It may not stay like that. I think it's gonna go in the same spot as the shelf, but I'm just gonna set it up higher this time. And it should be able to, stay in place. So if I put it this way, I'm gonna set it up a little higher so it can be like a high desk type of thing. It shouldn't constantly move. It should be able to stay in place. Now I got the glue on there. Now we're gonna glue it back in the same spot again. Let that sit for a little bit so it can dry. I don't want to put it too low to where the shelf is at, because if I put it too low to where the shelf is at, then it's gonna seem like the cash register is like too low. I want it to kind of be like the same spot as where the shelves are at. Like, I don't know if you guys can see. Yeah, you can't really see it, but I had to do that in order to stay. So this part right here, I had to add another like cardboard piece to this side to get it to stay down, because before I wasn't going to add that piece, but without that piece being there, it's going to keep lifting up and it just didn't look right. So now I'm about to hot glue the cash register down. I guess you got to be quick with it. Like, you can't take too long to glue it down. And then I'm going to put the little scanner right next to it. All right. This is what it's looking like so far. That's the cash register with the scanner next to it. All right. But I do want to paint this part. Actually, we probably can still do that inside of the cash register too. A little bit of the brown paint, and we need more of the white paint so we can start painting the outside, I mean. So the outside, I would start like right here. Try to get enough of the paint to really cover it up. The same way how we did the windows. When I do it, I'm making sure that I'm going very slow and not too fast, because I don't want to get any of the white paint on the door. Usually if I need to go over it, I will go over it, but right now my main focus is just trying to get this part painted. It's not really about, trying to make sure it's completely covered, because I can always go back and do the same spots over again if I need to, or if I feel like it needs more paint. But it's just a lot to paint all together, so I really want to make sure that I do it in parts. I don't do it all in one bolt, because if I do it all in one bolt or try to do it all at once, I may mess up, or something might not be done the way I want it to, or I might miss a spot or something. So I'll rather just take my time with this. And by me painting it this way, I'm going to have to lay it flat. So if anything, it's probably best that I didn't paint the cash register desk and everything already, because I think starting with the outside would be better anyway, and then I go from the inside. I go back and forth, like I go from the outside to the inside, from the outside to the inside. But I just feel like the outside is going to take a lot longer to paint than the inside is, because the only thing I have to paint with the inside is just like the rest of the parts that aren't painted. But I feel like on the outside there's just so much more that I have to paint, so it's just going to take a lot more time. So I'll rather start with the part that's going to take a little longer, if that makes sense, which I'm sure it does. Like I said, when you paint this side, you want to go slow, because you don't want to get that white paint on the door, because what will happen is those two colors would mix and it'll make the white look mixed and a little bit off, and I don't want that. I don't like when the colors get mixed up, because then it creates like this off color, and I don't want that. I want it to just stay white, and I want for you to be able to see that it's a white color. I don't want for it to make it another color that it's not supposed to be. Yeah, you might see me go over some of the spots a few times, or I might not. I might go over it once and that's it. But like I said, there will be time to go back and go over these spots again. But for right now, that's not really my main focus. At the moment, my main focus is basically just getting these parts of it painted, getting some color on it, pretty much, because I haven't got to these parts yet until now. So even when I'm above the door, I'm still going to be careful, because I still don't want to touch the door at all. I wish that these acrylic paint little tube things were a little bit bigger. I wish they came in bigger sizes, so that way I wouldn't have to run out of so much white so quickly, because by this being one little tube of it, And by it not being as big, or by it not being as much of this paint, I feel like I'm going to run out of this very quickly, especially because I'm using it to paint this big portion. So yeah, I wish it could have been a little bit bigger, but that's okay. Sometimes I don't be knowing how much paint these projects are going to require until I actually start doing the project, and then I'll be like, okay, I'm going to need way more paint, you know. But there'll be time for me to get more, so I'm not really worrying about it. But I'm just going to fill in these spots as much as possible. I was thinking about doing the logo in the beginning before I started painting anything, but then I was like, I'll wait until I finish painting everything, and then the logo will be the very last thing that I'll do. Alright, let me just cover this part up over here, and then we should be good with this part. And obviously I will go back and go over it again, but not as well. But this do take some time to dry. It'd at least take like a couple of hours or so. But yeah, okay. That's what that's looking like. See? Looks good. The colors I picked for the outside was white and pink, so I was honestly thinking about, was just gonna do the rest of the parts around the window pink since the windows are already white. But then I was like, you know what, I'm just gonna do white in the front because you already have the door that's brown, so that's a different color. But you know, you got the windows and then you got all of this, and I think the logo will look better on white paint anyway, so I think the rest of this I'm gonna probably make it be pink, and then I'll probably do white again in the back, maybe, I don't know, or I might just do the rest of it pink. Or what I could do is I could do it like, I could do one side, like maybe put some tape or something here, and I could do one side pink, and then I can do the other side white, and I can do the same thing to the back, and then do the same thing to the other side. That's what I was thinking as well. That is done. By the way, all of this stuff is from Factory Direct, which makes little miniature like accessories and stuff for when you want to use it for like dolls or little projects and stuff that you're doing. So this right here in this bag is little like wood little sign hangers for me to use for the inside of the bakery. So they come with little signs, and on here I can write whatever I want to write on them. So on one of them I probably might write bakery, on another one I probably might write cakes. Different things that relates to the bakery is what I'll write on here. These, and I have a bunch of them. Yeah, it's enough of them to do it. So this will be really good to use for this. I may not use all of them, or I might, I don't know yet. I got these from the same place where I ordered the other little treats from. You guys can get a better look at it. But yeah, see, that's what these are looking like. They're very cute. All right, I was thinking about laying this flat on here, but then I don't want it to rub any of the paint off. That's the only part I'm concerned about. Get on its side like that and paint the cash register like this. So take some of the brown paint and like just paint the inside. It's kind of hard to see, but I'm doing the best I can. Bear with me. But honestly, alright, I might have to just leave it like that. I don't think I'm going to be able to move it. It's kind of hard to paint it when it's sideways, but I'm trying. Okay. Like I said, I probably will go over this again just to make sure everything is like fully covered the way I want it to be. This is just how it looks for now, but obviously I'll go over it again. Alright guys, so I'm gonna leave it like this for now because it has to dry, so I'm gonna have to leave it this way, and I already put it this way anyway, so I'm just gonna leave it like this for now. Like I said, when the next part comes to this that I do, that I record for you guys, you'll get to see the rest of what's to come with the rest that I have to do. That's it. So thanks for watching. Comment, like, subscribe if you haven't already. I'll be doing so many more projects besides just this one. This is just a recent one. I recently just started that I'm very excited about, and I cannot wait to finish it. I'm getting there very slowly. That's it. Catch you guys in the next one. Bye.